thank you, Lord, for the many blessings that you've given us in 2018. And Lord, we know you're going to bless us in 2019. Lord, we thank you for the healing, the miracles, for our health and strength. Lord, I thank you for my family. Lord, I'm asking you at this time to speak through me, Lord. But this is your word. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Now, I got to decide, can I see it with the glasses or without? We're going to try with. Our topic is moving forward in my Exodus. My subtopic, ironically, is what one of the songs that we sang was, Run, Run, Don't Look Back. The Lord had spoke to Moses, and he said, Wherefore cries thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. And I noticed tonight, even though I had done this days ago, that there was an exclamation point behind forward. God meant what he said when he said it. And you all know the story of the Egyptians and the Israelites. So I'm not going to go through that whole story because I'm on a time. But the Israelites found themselves in an in-between place between the Red Sea and the Egyptians that they left. Sometimes we as leaders, as Christians, we find ourselves in an in-between place. Because what was chasing, it wasn't the Egyptians that was the problem. They could have built boats, tents, I don't know. But what was chasing them was the past. Once they knew those Egyptians were coming, they started murmuring and complaining, and you left us into Egypt to die. They were ready to go back to what they were running from. And so we have to be careful that when the Lord tells us to move forward, you don't need to look back. It's important that you don't look back, because what's back there? Heartache, pain, somebody done hurt you real bad. You think, well, I know that situation, I can deal with that situation, but why not go forward so that the Lord can continue to allow you to grow? Amen. And teach his word and learn his word, because going back is just going to bring you heartache and pain. So I want you to realize that there's no need to panic, because nothing is confronting you all at this time. But someone needs to hear this today. Quit looking back and longing for what is behind. Even when you can't figure out how to go forward, you still can face forward. That's why it's turnaround time at Rivers and Living Waters. In your life, you are perhaps facing the wrong way. Have you ever thought about that? Before things get turned around, you have to turn around first. So many times we wonder where God is and when God is going to show up. Maybe we're missing God because we're looking in the wrong direction. Maybe we need to consider the fact that God is not working behind us, but God is working up in front of us. So turn around. We already know who God was, and we already know what God did, but now it's time to see who God is. Did you ever notice that the Bible tells us who God is, not who God was? God was a burden barrier in Egypt, but they had to turn around to see that God is a waymaker at the Red Sea. God was a protector in the past, but they had to turn around to see God provide in the present. God was a help in our past, but now we have to turn around to see God heal in the present. God opened some doors in our past, but now it's time to turn around and watch him open the windows of heaven. God answered some prayers in the past. So if you find yourself in an Old Testament situation with the past coming behind you and the future blocked before you, then ask yourself a New Testament question. What then are we to say about these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not withhold his own son, but gave him up for all of us, will he not with him give us everything else? Don't look back. Turn around. You have nowhere to go but forward. I'm done.